And we are live from Ireland, everybody. We made it safe and sound, and we are in Dublin at the moment.
No, we're not. We're in Eire.
Oh my goodness.
We flew into Dublin, but then we drove straight to Eire.
Well, actually, let me give you an overview first. We made it safely to Ireland, though there was some bumps along the way. We'll tell you about that. Basically, I just realized that I didn't kind of give what the main subject of this chat was going to be about. But it's live from Ireland, so we want to fill you in on everything that has happened so far. Because, believe it or not, it's just the first day, and so much has already happened, and there's still so much more to come. Thanks for everyone starting to write in and tuning in. The time difference, first of all, I want to apologize if the Wi-Fi connection isn't good, but we have a good excuse. We're on the other side of the world. So if there's any problem, you can just come over here or wait for us to come back home. Okay, so that's the take care of the Wi-Fi connection. Time difference, it is 11 p.m. here. And I was going to try and do it at midnight so that it would be 6 p.m. your guys' time. At least, depending on where you are. I'm thinking like Nashville time. But we decided like midnight is just too late. There is no way we're going to make it till midnight and still be awake because the jet lag is hitting
we
us.
arrived in Dublin at 7:30 this morning and we went straight from the airport to some radio gigs. We did 2 radio gigs.
My hand looks so huge when it's that close.
So we came into Dublin. So we went and did 2 radio shows, and then went from, as soon as we finished with the radio shows, we drove to Eire. And
Eire, yeah, is a place in Ireland.
Yes.
But we had a hard time learning how it was actually pronounced because it's A-T-H-Y. And we were like, we thought it was like a tie. We thought it was this, and then it's a thigh, and that's like a thigh, like how it sounds like a thigh. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was funny.
Anyway, as soon as we got to the hotel in Eire, some of our good friends, the McGillies, who really helped us put together our whole Ireland tour, kind of had like a welcoming party for us. So a bunch of the local people here who are going to be at our show tomorrow came out, and a bunch of local musicians and dancers and stuff. So they put on a bunch of music for us. So it was just a lovely night. But it's 11 now, and it's been go since 7 o'clock yesterday.
Yes.
7 a.m. yesterday.
So some of us, let's talk about the plane ride over. First of all, we had 2 flights, one from Nashville to Chicago, and then from Chicago, we had 2-3 hour layover, and then from Chicago to Dublin. And the first one is a 3-hour flight. The second one is 8 hours?
Yeah, it was about 8, just under 8 hours.
The time difference, of course. So that's a long flight. I know there are people that go to Australia is like way longer, but this is the longest flight that we've ever taken. So someone asked, and I'll kind of address some of the questions people ask, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Someone asked, who is scared of flying in our family?
I don't know if
I don't think anyone's scared of it. I mean, there was like one time where I was scared. We were flying from Arizona. Remember, it was like horrible storm, flight. And so like it was really turbulent. But like I'm not scared of flying. I mean, it's always
just scared of falling. That's all.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to fly. Be afraid to fall. No, that's like not inspirational at all. But we had a little incident on this flight, on the second flight. Jaeger, we're not sure if it was like motion sickness or like, people, get car sick, what is the correct term? Fly sick? Air sick. That might be better. Air sick.
Jaeger got sick on the plane is what Jet's trying to say.
Yeah, but we're not sure if it's like from the plane ride itself or if it was like a different bug, like a sickness. But he's running a fever, and he was
throwing up on the plane,
vomiting on the plane. It was not fun, but he is being a little trooper, and he is definitely getting better. So hopefully it's just a really quick thing, but everyone definitely keep Jaeger in your prayers, because we have our first show starting tomorrow, and it's just go from there. So definitely keep Jaeger in your prayers, and I'll keep you guys in the loop on how he's doing. I'll post a picture of him if he's feeling better, and you guys can see that. Not if he's not feeling good, though. Okay, so we talk about luggage really quick. We have, how many check bags do we have?
I think we started off with, I think we ended up having like 23 checked bags or something.
23 check bags, and then everyone got 2 carry-ons. And most of them, you know how you're supposed to have 1 carry-on and 1 personal item? Well, we pretty much carry 2 instruments, and we actually didn't get much trouble from any airlines.
Yeah, needless to say, most flight attendants get really scared when they see us try to get on the plane with all that all those instruments, but we always seem to make them fit somehow. So, but lots of luggage, lots of people, and we didn't lose anything. But one of our friends, Dan Mann, who's actually our booking agent, is traveling with us, and his luggage did not make it. So
he's going to be borrowing some clothes from Jager.
Yeah.
And speaking of friends that came, Dan, if you're watching, I'm just kidding. We've already given him such a hard time about it. He's heard it all by now. Talking about friends that came with us. So our manager is with us, and his wife and his daughter, and this is their first time to Ireland. So we're very happy to be bringing them. We had our booking agent Dan Mann, and then we also had a surprise.
For Jeanette, it was a surprise.
Yes,
so.
Corey Pyatt decided to tag along, and I had no idea, but apparently it had been in the works for several months. So I was very surprised when we walked to our gate in Nashville, and then all of a sudden he's standing there, and he doesn't live in Nashville either. He lives in North Carolina, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, he just came to say goodbye. And then it was just like, oh, that's so sweet. And then it was like, wait, why do you have a suitcase? What? And so he's going to be with us the first week or so on this trip. So that is very exciting. And of course, we immediately dragged him along to the radio shows with us from the airport, and he played with us, and just being such a trooper, jumping in and helping out any way he can. And this is his first time to Ireland, so we're very happy to be sharing this experience with him.
It was really funny because normally it's very hard to keep things, it's really hard to keep secrets in our family, just because, we're all so close to each other, and we're constantly coordinating our schedules and stuff with our tour. And
we have
all these shared calendars, so
and group chats
and everything. And it is so surprising that that piece of information did not somehow slip into a group chat or the calendar or something. But I think it was just Mom and Dad and myself that knew for the longest time. Yeah. And then right as we were getting to the airport, Mom told Jer or Jedi or one of the boys, hey, you should film Jet's reaction. And literally within 2 minutes, the entire family knew except for Jet. And we were literally walking to the gate, and it was like spreading like wildfire through the family. And we're just like, we just need to wait like 1 more minute till we get to the gate. But we actually held it a secret all the way to the gate. So, but it was just so surprising to me that it was like nobody knew, and then Mom told one person, and then everybody knew. And I can't remember who she told.
So if anyone has questions about keeping secrets in our family,
just don't tell
there's your answer. Yeah. We can't. It's very hard to. So anyway, we're very happy to have all of those lovely people along. Speaking of lovely people,
hi Lily.
Speaking of lovely babes. Speaking of lovely people, we are going to be having our fan tour. About 100 or just over 100 fans from all over the world. We don't know exactly where everyone is from yet, but I know that there's people from Australia and people from Canada and people from, I think, France. I think people from, I can't remember, everywhere on this tour. Last tour we had 6 different countries represented in our tour.
And 17 states.
Yes, and so we're having all those lovely folks come in. Just over a week from now. So any of you guys that are watching, we can't wait for you guys to get here. And we're getting over the jet lag early, but we're going to be able to see all of you guys go through the jet lag. It's going to be great. No,
it really was pretty funny today as we were going from the airport to the first radio station, and then to the second radio station, and then to the hotel. We were trying our best to stay awake, but it was everybody's
Kevin McGilly was our driver, and and he's such a lovely man. And the first time we got from the airport going to the radio show, we were all chatting with him and everything, and then it kind of just like died
off.
And then all you hear is like snoring. Corey was the one snoring. No, that was total. I should not have. Yes. I hope he's not watching. He's like watching in the other room. No, what are you saying about me, Jet? I'm leaving Ireland. But yeah, we've all been sleeping. Mom has this theory about jet lag that when you come to Ireland, spend the first day, have it really busy and full, and you just stay awake and push through, and then sleep well that night, and then the next day your body clock will kind of be reset. And that does not work for Jenny and I. Maybe it works for her, and I guess it would be different for different people, but we have to sleep every chance we get because your body has to catch up on all that missed out sleep.
Yeah. But anyway, so let's see, what other questions do you have?
Okay, so really quick before I hit up any more questions, did you guys, I don't know how many of you guys actually caught the news that we posted the other day about Jessica, and Jessica has officially gone brunette again. Yes. And for those of you, we'll address that in a second, but those of you, no, I'm not actually mad about it. I just saw myself actually looking mad about that. We'll talk about that in a second. Actually, wait, talk about being mad. Our picture that we took to promote this show, sorry, it was so last minute, by the way. We didn't know if we were going to have Wi-Fi and everything, but I'm like, Jen, you want to be on the chat with me tonight? She's like, no. I'm just kidding. She's like, fine. I was like, I wrestled her, beat her, pinned her, and I was like, just that you're on the show. That's what happened. Actually, we had a pillow fight. I'm just making that all up, guys. I was like, we need to get a picture of both of us, and then I can, let people know the timing, the time of when it's going to happen and all that, and how to find it. And so we were trying to take all these pictures, and nothing was working. And I was like, oh, Jen, let's do a stare down.
I was like, what?
And I was like, just do it. And so let us know what you think about that. I thought it was a great success and a great idea. But
I'm like this, and
you look a little slightly confused.
I'm like trying not to laugh.
And I'm looking at you like,
if I looked right in your eyes, I would laugh.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to look like in your direction, but not quite at you.
Anyway, it's fine. Okay, so talking about Jess, for everyone who's been asking, Jessica is taking some time off from the band. Not sure how long. Maybe it's a little while. Maybe it's a long time. But she's the oldest, and she has a lot of other interests, like all the rest of us do. But she has put in a lot of time with working for the band and the family, and so she's moving on to some other things, whether it's songwriting or songwriting is a main one, but a lot of other things as well. And so she's not with us here in Ireland, and we are performing without her. But she is still dearly missed and dearly loved, and so we appreciate all of the love coming, that we're feeling from them. We're passing it along to her, definitely. But yeah, so those of you that are wondering it's just part of growing up, and that happens. Yeah. And it's just one of many transitions that will come over time.
In the last episode of the show, I'm not sure how many people have seen that, but we kind of one of the last scenes of the last episode, we're all kind of talking about the future of the band and stuff, and that's like Jet said, it's something that just comes with growing up. You gotta leave the nest at some point, and but we've talked about this ever since we first started doing music, that, the band's not always going to look the exact same. People are going to come and go as our lives change when we get involved in other things and stuff. But the younger kids have let us know that they're totally fine with us older kids moving on to new things.
To take over.
Because they're like, well, if they're like, Julia's like, Jen, if you want to, move on and do something else, I can always take over as the accordion player, and Joy is like itching to play the whistle on stage and stuff. So the Willis Clan Band will be around for a long, long time. But it's always going to be morphing. It's always going to be changing. You're going to see different people step up and kind of take the lead at different times.
And I think that is an awesome opportunity, and it really is a blessing for all of us to not only grow as a group and not ever become stuck in one spot, which I think is very important.
Yeah,
but then
really
also,
grow.
Hi Josh Stonehagen. I just saw that. It's awesome. But helping us grow individually as well. And when you get the time in the spotlight, so to say, whether it's lead singing or talking on stage. That's been a big thing for me.
Yeah,
It's new
Jeanette's
for
starting
me.
to talk on
But
stage. It's awesome.
I've always said if I have something to say, I can say it. And so I was just
You always have
finding
something
that
to
out.
say.
Oh. I'm just kidding. But no, it's good for all of us. And people will come and go. People will have, all of our schedules will not be able to line up all of the time. So different people will miss different concerts. And we've done that before.
Will
in
Jet
the past.
take the lead singing? I think that's a great idea. We keep encouraging Jet to
We've
sing
talked
more.
about this before. As soon as I have a good, lead voice, I will do it. And actually, guys, we have some stuff we're working on with, I told you about, remember in a couple chats ago, if you've been paying attention, I mentioned that we're doing a deal with Cracker Barrel, and keep an eye out for that. Well,
Jeanette's got some
I've got some stuff coming out. You keep an eye out for it. I can't tell you too much, but we just got some feedback. I'll say it
We
like
just
that.
saw a little bit of the
The stuff that we have been working on with them, some video stuff, and that will be available probably maybe next week or the week after or something. But it's coming out soon. Oh, someone said I love the necklace. You can get your own at thewheelsclan.com. And anyway, so there's definitely some stuff there. You'll find out more of my style during that. It's like an inside joke between us, but you'll laugh. You'll look back on this and laugh along with us once you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So what were we talking about? Oh, Jess being brunette. So we kind of covered what she's doing and where she's at. And we'll keep everyone informed as we figure things out. And we didn't really say much about it at the very beginning when, things, because we didn't know exactly how it was going to go down. Because if we were going to try and make the transition and it was not working, we're going to be like, okay, Jess,
we need some more time.
we need some more time, transition time. But it's coming along, and we're all still growing into the places, and hopefully continue to do that. But it's going
fun.
good, and
it's fun as
honestly,
a group.
It's been fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun as a group, but it's also really great for each of us as individuals because, we're all starting to we're really having to step out of our comfort zone and try new instruments, play different parts, sing different parts, which is so important as a musician and an artist to continue to always grow and not to get just kind of stuck in a rut and be like, oh, this is what I'm used to playing.
And get complacent and be in your own little...
just like your little comfort zone.
Yeah, comfort zone. Yeah, going outside of your comfort zone.
So yes, we're definitely going to push Jet to sing at some point. She's going to rap for us. So, moving on.
Just kidding.
Actually, she's going to beatbox.
No, Jen will beatbox and I will rap.
No, it's so funny because Jet and I share a room now in the new house. And
we've talked about this before.
Did we? On live chat?
Yes, I believe so.
Our desks are right next to each other, so we're constantly working right next to each other.
We're always playing music, always.
Well, most of the time we're playing music, but then sometimes if it's ever silent, Jeanette will start beatboxing. And it's so funny because Jeanette is actually pretty good at beatboxing. She doesn't think she is, but she's literally every single time this is what happens. We're working, Jet starts beatboxing, and I go, Jet, that's actually really good. And she's like,
no, it's not.
No, it's not. And then she just keeps going, and I'm like,
no, this is what it is. It is actually playing whistle. You use your mouth in certain ways that I think is very similar.
Very percussive,
very percussive. And so when I'm doing things on whistle, I don't know, it's like I'm just blowing air through and the whistle is making the tone, but all of a sudden you take the whistle away and it kind of might turn into something that sounds kind of like a beat.
So basically she's admitting that she actually does know how to beatbox.
And no, I'm not going to beatbox right now. But
sorry.
Do it, no. And you can't make me. I'll work on it, though.
That's something that you guys need to know about Jet. She's extremely stubborn. And if she wants to do something, she will do it no matter what. If she doesn't want to do something, she will not do it no matter what. So,
the beatboxing, what does that say? Flautist? Warren, I don't know what that means. What that word means.
It's a flute player.
It's like a flautist? How do you say it? It's not a flutist. Someone tell me how to say it. I mean, you can't tell me. Write it out.
They just did.
No, but write it out how it sounds. The pronunciation of it.
This is why we needed another brunette and not another blonde.
I don't know. But okay, let's see. Oh, so Jessica being a brunette. Let's talk about that. The scale has been tipped, folks. There is now more brunettes in the family than there is blondes. And we've told you all before. And it's not really a big deal. It's just hair. But it is a visual difference. So I don't know why I did this jumped out. Who would win in a fight between you two?
Wait, between us two?
Wait, is it like physical or intellectual fight? Because I'd win intellectual, Jen would win physical,
That's
but I
not-
would let her win because
That is not true. Jeanette would not win in. Well, actually,
I'm just so
in a
stubborn.
ver- in
No,
a-
this is what it is. Jen is so loving and kind and compassionate and patient. I wish. Just kidding. Is that, and we've done, like, we used to like argue when we were younger a whole lot more. We don't really, honestly, we very rarely get in a riff at all anymore. But when we do, don't talk about that. No, but when we do, Jennifer so lovingly comes to me and she's like, Jet, I think we need to talk about this. I don't think, this was handled correctly or whatever. And my natural instinct is to be like, no, but she's so loving about it. And she comes to me. No,
Next subject,
she comes
okay.
to me. No, this is important. No, this is important. This is important for people to understand.
Stop.
That it's not loving someone and being kind to someone isn't always giving them a compliment, like a false compliment. Jen slowly backing
so
up.
weird.
No, I think this is a good lesson to learn. This is something that you've been teaching me. Next, you share something that I've taught you.
Actually, no, I do have something.
Oh, okay. All right, think about it. Please make sure it's nice. And so I think that's something Jennifer has definitely taught me is that, yes, saying something hard to someone, whether it's some kind of, I think you need to work on this. I think this is, you didn't handle this right. She has been setting such a good example of how to do that in a loving way that still gets the point across.
Well, what it comes down to is
it makes me go, wow. She said that in such a nice way. I'm actually going to listen to what she says. I'm not trying to be
we can just
overly. I'm just trying to be honest here.
Well, the question was who would
She
win
gets
in a
so
fight.
uncomfortable.
So the thing is in an argument, like a verbal argument, Jet would always win because she's so stubborn.
I'll just be like, this conversation is over. I'm done. I'm not talking about it. That's unfortunately the way that I do that.
But in a physical fight, I would totally win.
I think so.
I would
Because
kick your
we've
butt.
wrestled before.
Yeah.
Like in training, like we wrestle, and we have like what we call like wrestle-offs. So like it will start with like Jager and Jada will wrestle, and then whoever gets
called
one take,
wrestle-ups.
wrestle-ups.
So if you win, you
If
stay
you get
on the
one
mat.
takedown, you win,
Yeah.
and then the next person comes out. So it's like Jager and Jada.
So the
and then
winner
Jager
stays
and
on the
Joy.
mat.
And
Yeah.
usually it goes relatively close to age order just because of weight and size, height difference, and more, I guess, skill. But when it comes to Jenny and I've gotten you a couple times, but
yeah.
the majority I get lucky. Jen,
So let's just
majority of
call
the time gets
it a draw. So verbally, Jet would win. Physically, I would win. So there you go.
Okay, what is the thing that I've
Live
taught
fight.
you? Live fight. Oh, please, guys, come on.
We have a show tomorrow. I don't want Jet to have any broken bones or any black eyes.
Or you.
Actually, the last time we live wrestled, Jeanette, I think, broke
her
my
nose.
nose. I'm not 100% sure, but
I mean, just
it
look
was...
at it. Oh, I'm just kidding.
No,
It's
but
fine.
I think she broke my nose last time we wrestled. And it wasn't like...
It wasn't like, I'm going to break your nose. It was like her nose ran into me.
Well, I did, I went in for a shot, and she just, moved, she dropped her level, and I was not expecting it.
And it was the top of my head, and
went straight
her
into my nose.
Sorry if that cut out for a second. Yeah, she went in for a shot, and I for some reason, the top of my head hit your nose.
Yeah. It's like crunch.
And her nose crunched, and I was like, and she was like, ow, that really hurt. And I was like, I don't hurt at all. And so
my nose was really, really hurting for a week
so
after
if you
that.
ever want to hurt someone, talk to me about it.
So that was the time that you actually beat me because you broke my nose, totally
well, that's
stunned
a
me.
form of beating someone. So watch out. You mess with me, I'll break your nose.
Okay.
Okay, what's the thing
Next
that I
question.
taught you? I'm curious about that.
You know what? Jeanette is, she's taught me that it's always worth putting energy into every situation because Jeanette is always so much fun to hang out with. She always has some witty comeback.
Stop it. Now I'm embarrassed.
She always has some kind of witty comeback, or she can take any situation and make everyone in the room feel comfortable, feel just like they're having such a good time. She can create a party out of nothing. And that takes a lot of energy. And sometimes I find myself, I'll come into a situation, whether it's someone that, whether it's a group of people that I'm not super familiar with, or I'm just getting to know, my first reaction is to kind of stand to the side and let someone else take the lead in a conversation, creating the fun, creating the atmosphere. And because Jet and I hang out so much, I'm so used to just letting Jet do that. But I've found that in situations now when I go and I'm hanging out with people and Jet's not there, I'm just so quiet. I just kind of like sit back and just like, and I think it comes down to sometimes I don't feel like I want to put that much energy into a situation because it can be exhausting, you know, especially if you've had a long day. But it's always worth it. It's always worth it to give 100%, to give all your energy, and to really be invested in every situation, every conversation.
What's the verse in the Bible? I don't remember where it is. And I have the King James Version memorized. But whatever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all your might.
Yeah.
And I truly think that
even if it's like breaking my nose, you gotta go
do
for it.
Do it with all your might. Break it hard. Break it bad.
No, but that's one of the things I think I've really learned from Jet is that, you know, even if you're not, you know, feeling the best or if you're tired, it's always worth giving 100% in every situation and not just kind of sitting to the side and just letting, you know, kind of moments pass you by, because those moments will pass you by and, you know, it'll be like, okay, you know, whatever. But if you actually give it 100% and put that energy into it, you come away going, that was such an amazing night. That was such an amazing conversation. But it's because you put a lot of energy into it, and so you got a lot out of it, you know?
Yeah, I think that's also a good concept of what you put in, you will, you know, what you reap, you know, what you, yes.
So you will reap.
So you will reap. I said I was going to say the opposite.
It's so funny. Jet
we
always
gotta hurry up.
tells
We're
me,
running out of time already.
Jet always tells me that, like, I'm either super boring.
No,
in
you say that. Oh,
but then you agree with me.
She
like
tries
that.
to lie on live chat.
Well, I do say it sometimes too, but I'm like,
she says, I'm either dumb.
No, I'm
either boring or stupid.
Well,
we're always like, no.
Because like if I feel like when I try to like, you know,
put energy in,
I feel so stupid.
She thinks she just like is so
go
like,
over the top.
Yeah, and then she thinks whenever she's not, she's boring. And no one likes to hang out with her. So
let's show
Jenny a little love.
I'm either
everybody.
boring or I'm
leave
like
her a
stupid.
comment on how do you think she could better herself as a person. That's so terrible. No. Okay, we're running out of time. I don't want to go longer than 30 minutes. I swear the chats have been getting longer and longer and longer. What is with you guys? You make us talk. Don't do that. Okay. So let's see. A couple of things I wanna point out really quick. We played at CMA Fest before we came, and it was an absolute blast. We don't have enough time to go into the whole thing, but we want to thank every single person for coming out, and for every person that stood in line. We were standing in line, signing autographs and taking pictures for like 3 hours. It was supposed to be like 1 hour, and everyone was so kind and so just responsive that we wanted to make time for every single person. So even when the booth that we were signing at had to, you know, have the next artist come in, we moved to the side of the room, and people lined up there, and it was just such a humbling experience. And we are so thankful for every single person, the opportunity we have to share our music and our lives with you guys. So thank you for taking the time to be a part of our lives and our journey, and it really does make a difference, everything that you guys do, and we really, really appreciate that. But it was an awesome experience, and thank you if any of the sound guys or anyone that helped out with booking or coordinating any of that. It was a crazy time. CMA is absolutely crazy. And so we appreciate everyone who helped us out there. Okay, fan tour coming in. Guys, bring your rain jackets. We posted a picture on the way right before with Jenny and I in like a little toy plane, and I said that Jen's getting her pilot's license. She's not. That was a joke. I thought people would get that from the toy plane, but I don't know.
I do have a license to fly that plane though.
Just that plane.
Just that plane.
Just the multicolored little tiny one. We're trying to figure out how to put the luggage in there. We haven't figured that out yet.
Jeanette's shoes did not fit in the back. So.
And I have a lot of shoes. No, I'm just kidding. I only brought 3 pairs of shoes on this whole trip, and I want to clarify because Jer brought more shoes than me. I'm not going to tell you how much he brought, but we have some really cool opportunities while we're here in Ireland. We have a lot of shows. The full schedule is on our website. We added 2 more shows just in the last couple of days, so keep an eye out. All of you folks in Ireland that are watching, or if you want to come from Nashville or from wherever you are, you can come too if you want to.
I don't know. I think that's.
Yeah, the comments stopped coming in, I think. But okay. Anyway, so we have a lot of opportunities, and if any of you guys that are here in Ireland or anywhere nearby, you are more than welcome to come. People asked, why has Ireland captured our hearts so much? And just want to quickly run through this because we're almost to 5 minutes. To 30 minutes. We have 5 more seconds. Ireland is part of our heritage, and our great-grandparents on our mom's side were from County Mayo.
Yeah, a town called Swinford,
yes.
yeah.
And we actually have living relatives here in Ireland that we got to meet last year for the first time. And there is something about coming back to your roots, and I mean all the way back to your roots. And obviously we have German and Polish and Czech and all sorts of stuff in our heritage as well, but for some reason the tie to the Irish heritage has definitely become the strongest, and we are so thankful for that, and the whole culture it brings with the music and the dance and the people and the just lifestyle and everything is very, very cool. We have a cool opportunity to do some music workshops, and I know we've talked about maybe filming some videos and putting them out for people, like tutorials on different things, whether it's music or dance or wrestling or fitness or whatever, but we're going to have the chance to do that live with some people here in Ireland, so that's really cool, and we'll be practicing teaching so that when it gets to the point where we actually are putting out videos, we can be more efficient and better. But that's a really cool opportunity. So anyone here in Ireland that also wants to be a part of that, that'll be a lot of fun. Someone asked, what's your favorite place in Ireland? Go.
Ooh,
that's
not
really
hard. I think Kerry would probably be one of my
The
favorites.
Ring of
It's
Kerry.
so beautiful.
It's beautiful.
However, we are going to Donegal this time. We've never been to Donegal, and I've done some research on.
We have been to Donegal.
Well, we just passed. Well, we
played
passed. It
one
didn't
really
really
good.
count.
No.
We just passed through really quickly. Didn't get to see any of it really. But I've done a lot of research about the coast up there in Donegal, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And I think I'm gonna see if I can talk some of the other family members to do it with me. You can go horseback riding on the beach and stuff, and I think Donegal might become my favorite place. But that's later. But that's our third week here, so we'll definitely keep you updated and post pictures and stuff. Right now, Kerry is beautiful. The Ring of Kerry is just absolutely stunning. So right now, Kerry has my heart.
Okay, that's a really long answer.
Okay,
We're running out of time. Mine is Limerick in a little town called Eire with thatch roofs and cottages and a beautiful place called Eire Manor. Eire is Adare. Eire Manor. Look it up. It is beautiful. If you're looking for a wedding venue, that is the place. Okay, really quick. Let's see. A couple shout outs. Bree, I don't know if it's Brianna or Brianna, but I want to shout out to you. Thanks for coming and seeing us for the first time at Silver Dollar City. That means so much to us. And hopefully it's not the last time. Hopefully it didn't scare you away. Hannah and Tim, birthday shout outs to you. Tim, I believe, is Hannah's nephew, and he had a birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to you. And then Hannah has a birthday on Thursday. So happy birthday to both of you. And happy birthday. Okay, anything else? I kind of said towards the beginning of this chat that the subject of this chat was going to be Ireland, and we completely botched that. We've been jumping all over, but hopefully you have enjoyed this video.
We're going to be in Ireland for 4 weeks, so we're going to do probably
chats.
Yeah, probably 3 more chats while we're here.
Or we might try and do more if we have time. Whenever we have time, we sit down and we'll try and give you guys as much of a notice as we possibly can. But sometimes they might not be very long-term notices because it's hard to know what the Wi-Fi situation will be here. So thank you for everyone for tuning in, and we will sign out.
We're gonna get some well-deserved sleep. We have been without sleep for probably 36, 37.
Too long, definitely.
Maybe even 38 hours. So official sleep, falling asleep in the car like this.
So if we're looking a little bleary-eyed, you know why. So okay, well I'll go through and I'll read all the
for some reason
comments
halfway
that
through the comments stopped coming in. It looks like it's paused.
Frozen,
so sorry to anybody who wrote in on the second half of the chat. We did not see your comments. Hopefully they'll show up after. We can go through them. So thanks again for tuning in.
Yep.
And see you next time on the Willis Squared live chat.
Is that your best commercial voice?
Okay. See ya.